Hi guys, my name is Lizelle from Lizelle Loves Books and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm going to do a recent reads recommendation from my favorite booktubers. The first book I read this week was a book recommended by Cheyenne. It's Flawless by Elsie Silver. Flawless is about this rodeo bull rider named Juliette, whose reputation is taking a nosedive. So his manager sent his daughter to look after him and make sure he doesn't make his reputation worse. And at first, Red is against the idea. She's a city girl, he's a cowboy. They're so different. He doesn't like her, but he eventually sees that Summer just wants to help Rhett gain his reputation back. He doesn't want to hurt him in any way. So she is just there to help him.
She doesn't want to hurt Red.
It's kind of forbidden because Summer is his manager's daughter. So it's off limits for them. And there's the only one bed trope in this. There's forced proximity. There's a really good caretaking scene in here and I love it. I love to see caretaking scenes. And the guy falls first. And when Rhett messes up, he knows he has to grovel. And he does. And he does it to win Summer back. And it's one of my favorite reads this month. I read it because Cheyenne talked so highly about it. Cheyenne from that tall book girl. And I love it. It was so good. And for a small town romance, it was the most steamiest small town romance I've ever read. Like, with some small town romances, you don't get the level of steam you do in Flawless. Because some small town romances are a closed door romance. You get a little steamy scenes here and there, but they don't actually show the full scene. But Flawless, you get the full scene. It's a slow burn and the guy falls first. So I highly recommend it. The next book I read actually is another book recommended by Cheyenne. I know she loves it. It's a forbidden romance. It's Dancing with Sin by Alexandria Lee. It's forbidden because it's sister's fiance. And the main character are Alice and Ethan. Alice, something happens to her. Her boyfriend cheats on her with another fellow dancer from her group. Alice is a dancer. She goes to live with her sister, and there she meets Ethan, her sister's fiance. And Ethan is kind of checked out in the relationship, like she's always working and they don't really connect anymore. So it's a cheating romance, and I do not condone cheating in real life, but in books, I could, if it's there, I wouldn't go out of my way to read about it, but I don't mind if the cheating is there. But I will say what I appreciate about it is that although they kissed and make out and stuff in the book, Alice and Ethan did not actually go all the way until Ethan broke up with the sister, with Monica. And you can really tell Ethan and Alice really cared about her. Like, I love Gianna Darling, but I read her Sin trilogy, and I did not believe the guy and Elena's sister, I forgot her name, really cared about her. I did not believe that, but in here, I did believe that they cared about the sister, and they actually repaired their relationship. So I like that about this book. The third recommended book in this week that I read is Business Casual by Danielle. This is just from Peace Books' favorite. She gave it 5 stars, so I wanted to see if I liked it. It's about Iman and Trey. Iman and Trey meet, I think, at this bar or nightclub or whatever, this place, I don't remember where, but they meet, they have this really good chemistry, and they have this one night stand. But when Iman gets this job as a social media influencer for 6 months at a company, she discovers that Trey is her boss, and Trey and Iman try to keep things professional because there's a clause in the company that you cannot have work relations, because they had a scandal with another employee and their company took a little bit of a nosedive, so they don't want this scandal to happen again. So Iman and Trey try to stay away from each other, but they can't because their chemistry is so good. So it's about their story, and it's a very good office romance. It's forbidden, it's frowned upon, but the story is so good. And when Iman and Trey give into their feelings, boy, the steam goes way up in this. But it was very good. I can see why Jess gave it 5 stars. The other subscriber recommendation I read this week, I've been reading Monstrous by Lily Mayne. I'm reading the 3rd book right now, and this was recommended to me by Jen from the Book Refuge. The first book is Soul Eater, and I'm telling you, if you are new to monster romance and you like reading please give Monstrous a try. It is a dystopian setting. Monsters have taken over Earth, and it's about the monsters falling in love with the humans and how it's forbidden because the monsters and humans are not allowed. The first book is The Monstrous. Let me know down in the comments if you want me to do a series.
The first book in the Monstrous series is called Soul Eater by Lily Mayne.
The next book I read is actually for a read-along I'm doing, Steel King. Steel King is by devney. Steel King is about Bryce and Dash, about the town they live in. There's a murder that takes place in this story, and Bryce have pinned on this old motorcycle club that disbanded, and that leader of the motorcycle club, his name is Dash, and the suspect for the murder is Dash's father, and Bryce tries to learn who the murderer is and why the club disbanded, and all the while trying to resist her feelings for Dash, and Dash trying to get Bryce over to his side to see that his father is innocent. I like this book. I give it 4 stars. It was a very good romantic suspense. Those are all. Oh, the last book I read this week is a new release by Juliette. It's bright like wildfire. It's her second contemporary romance. Her first was with Penny Reed, but this is the first book in her actual series that she wrote for herself. Bright Like Wildfire is about Bennett and Benny. It's enemies to lovers, forced proximity. The hero falls first. Now, Bennett and Benny both get the lead in the community play. That's why it's forced proximity, and Bennett falls for Betty first. And it's a very good book. What you would expect for Juliette. I don't want to say too much because it's a brand new release, but it is funny. Forced proximity, the hero falls first. Please read this book if you're curious to see how Juliette writes contemporary romance. It was so good. If you like this video, please give it a like and subscribe. Comment down below, what do you think of these books? Did you read any of them? And please let me know if you would want me to do a series review of Monstrous by Lily Mayne. Again, if you're new to monster romances, I suggest starting out with her series. please feel free to leave a comment and like and subscribe. Bye! I hope you like this video. See you next time.